Welcome comrades back to another Minecraft survival video. As you'll see, somebody has visited my base and they've actually surrounded the premise. There is an illager, or whatever you'd call them, an invader, at the front and also at the back, and I can't quite see where the captain is. I'm slightly afraid to go out there. Nothing but this meager armor on my back, and potentially trigger a raid party, or even worse, when there's a stampede of them. So I don't really know how to wait it out. I might distract myself by going elsewhere and then coming back. But at the very least, I'm going to sleep while we wait. Oh, I can't sleep because there are monsters nearby. Well, now's as good a time as any, I guess, to get those levels that I was talking about, as I'm not quite at level 30, and I'm going to need a shield quite desperately, as I feel that will be the only viable protection I'll have against these beasts. Oh, and I definitely don't want the key beast, or that really large, I'm not sure what the name of the mob is, that terrible, great big log of a machine animal, whatever it is. It's like more so an animal, but it has armor on it, which gives it a sort of robotic feel. And get you, if I don't destroy my rose bush first. And there's the captain. Okay, now you'll see that I do have another one of these signs around there. So I've defeated one before, and I'm not afraid to do it again. But I don't know whether this will actually mean that they will all show up. Bad omen. Okay. Yeah. I hope that means that they're not going to show up. Sometimes it's been the case where I've killed one of those things, and then for like the next 20 minutes there'll be incessant parties recurrently arriving at my base to try and take me out. Though I think that's the case when you set up villages there as well. They seem to be very attracted to villagers, but at least in the meantime, that is fine. I have one of these already on the wall, but another will join it. An ominous bottle. I do wonder what happens if I drink that. Maybe it'll just give me the spell of the bad omen. I don't entirely know what a bad omen is. Maybe that's when they come and invade your village repeatedly. I'm not willing to stand around and find out. Yes, the plan for this video is to finalize my enchantments before next video will be truly the time on the agenda where I will make it all the way to the nether. Hopefully where I'll be able to find a nether fortress. Something I did off camera was I was getting a bit sick of how little hay that I had, so I went around the back here and oh, you can see that they're already beginning to roll in. Try a skeleton with an egg in the stem. Yeah, maybe I'll get started with this while I wait, but I've decided that I should really have like an actual viable farm going, and that spider kind of spooked me a bit. I didn't see it coming, and it also trampled my crop, which is just fantastic. Yeah, I needed a lot more. The scale was too negligible, and so this is probably not very efficient to... Ooh, chicken. Not very efficient to destroy all of these crops and harvest them at the very least while it's not all ready for the taking, but who really minds? And I'm also going to use the hoe to continue with the planting, as I have plenty of space left that is devoid of a seed. So here we go here. And then I'm going to build a little... I plan on expanding it out, so it's going to be quite flat in this area, and then destroying maybe quite a few of these trees, because I think that would give it a sort of like plains look, and I want this area to be a bit more expansive in that direction, and not feel so wooded. I like the wooded feel of my actual base, but over here, just beyond like the trees that separate my base from my farm, at least it's like cropland over here, I wanted to give it a different feeling, different atmosphere, and I think that is possible with a view for really clearing some of the trees and expanding it out. So I'm going to excavate this bit, and then I'm going to build a little farmhouse at the end of it, and it's going to look fantastic, and then it will also be pretty when the time comes to design some screenshots. And in the meantime, I've been harvesting a lot of hay bales from all the wheat that I'm now collecting, which is wonderful. I'm also very near level 33. I feel like I should try and get there, so sooner rather than later I can get to work with those enchants. But, oh, I took the hoe with me. It's alright. It's not the end of the world. I'm going to put these back in here. As you can see, the stable is coming along reasonably well, and I was finally able to put some hay bales on top. The surplus hay bales are down here. Nietzsche is sitting there. The horse hasn't been able to escape again. I'm still like thinking up ways that I can improve the visual appearance of the roof, but I'm reasonably happy with it so far. I found a piece of coal. Where was it? We've got these strange like dirt blocks that are really out of position. There's one up there as well. I wonder whether that's an Enderman or what's happening there, but I've really never quite seen it. A dirt block naturally spawn to a position like that. It's rather awkward. Anywhom, I'm going to make my way here, and this should provide a few levels that might push me closer to the magical 33. Seems quite futile that I'm really holding out to get it at just one more level before I can begin the enchantment process, but whatever the case is, I find myself in that situation now. And there's also a hole down here, whether it will provide me with coal. We shall see. Oh boy. It's interesting. Yep, I can see over here so I don't drown. I wonder how I'm able to maybe I'll do this. Nope, okay. I'm just going to give up on that. I think I'm going to go find another cave elsewhere. Let's look at my avatar swimming, doing the best that he can, and about to drown. Whoop. Wish I could swim on the surface, while at the same time being able to breathe the water. It's impossible by the looks of things. Because as soon as you do that, you just begin to bob. As soon as you break the water surface, come up for air, the avatar starts bobbing. Not to worry, not to worry. And there's the tower I built many episodes ago, and there's still a boat sitting there. A lonesome boat in the middle of the ocean, or in the middle of the river that meets the lake. Now this is in the direction of the plains biome. Again, I was thinking of creating some sort of system where I'll be able to know which biomes are in which direction. For the most part, I've kind of forgotten about that. I even considered whether I'd bring around a notebook with me, and in that notebook, I'd keep the coordinates for all the places that I find. There's a lonesome arrow here as well. Not only a lonesome boat, but a lonesome arrow. I think I used to do that kind of in the earlier days of playing this game, but it's certainly a tradition that I have abandoned as I haven't done it since. It could be something to uplift my ability to remember exactly where things are, so I'm not always wandering aimlessly around the world trying to find things, but maybe that's something I'll think about later. I have also a solitary dirt block in my inventory, which is from earlier, but kind of off-putting in a way. Okay, I think I know where I am, roughly. And another thing that I realized I need is carrots. Not sure whether I've been able to collect some from somewhere so far, but I thought, how am I going to get pigs into my stables? I could use a lead, though that was less of a prospect, as I wouldn't even be able to breed them if I were able to bring them into the stable. So I'm really looking out for carrots. I have almost an endless supply of potatoes at this point. It's just the carrot that's posing the challenge. And while I'm exploring this, looking for a cave, and to get to that magical level 33 could be a good opportunity to continue to maybe scout out the area, I guess. And if I had my time back, maybe I'd build my house in a place like this, just because I like how mountainous it looks. And you never know, maybe I might permanently abandon that base and come live over here if the opportunity arises. But this is really beautiful. I really like how hilly it is, but you also don't lose the sight of the forest and the plains. It's kind of the best of everything. But grass is always greener on the other side, as they say, and I'm going to get to killing some of these mobs because I'm far enough away from home where it won't affect the neighborhood. I need your levels. And while I'm at it, it's also not the worst thing in the world that I have a better food, higher saturation food to take with me to the nether in the form of pork chops. And I couldn't, even though these are just virtual pixels on a screen and they have no bearing in the tangible reality. There's some ethical issue I have with destroying a mother cow in front of their calf, albeit one that lives in the realm of a game. So I'm gonna spare those. And there's another one there. I just find it too difficult to bring myself to the point of killing either the mother, and definitely can't kill the baby as they don't have any items that they yield, so it's kind of pointless. It's just killing for the sake of murder. I also think that the developers of the game guilt the players into having that sort of ethical issue that, wow, this is a really expansive cave that's beautiful. Go on forever and ever. This isn't meant to be a mining trip. But the developers of the game, perhaps they're like deliberately trying to guilt you and to lead you into second guessing whether there's any worth in killing the baby and the mother, knowing full well that you're not going to get anything out of killing the baby. And then they also have it coded so that the baby follows the mother around, so there's like a completely additional level of guilt that is baked into the very game itself. It's embedded in the experience. Gonna get that creeper out of the way before something tragic happens to me. I've really struggled to find enough coal and iron in this world, which is weird because generally it's the case I have too much of both of those, but kind of precious commodities. Anytime I have found a vein, it's been really minimal like that. I mean, there was only a couple of pieces of iron, and then before there was barely any coal. Just not finding enough that I need. But these little impromptu trips like this, they generally provide a good opportunity. And there we have it, level 33, ladies and gentlemen. I am now going to make my way back home, I think, after taking a bit more of a look here to see if there is anything interesting. Because I can see iron already, and I'm at lapis lazuli level. Lapis lazuli has to be one of the more random gems in the game, and it was one of the earlier ones as well. Actually, I think the first time I ever found diamonds, I'd mistaken the diamonds for... I thought I'd found diamonds, in fact, but it was lapis lazuli. I'd mistaken the two for each other. So it was a rather disappointing way to think that you've found diamonds. Then, of course, I would go on to find actual diamonds after that. So all of my grievances with the game would be allayed in time. But yeah, those lapis lazuli can be deceptive. I think snuck up upon. I do not want to be in a hole in close quarter combat with a zombie. Get myself out of there. I just tragically watched a glow squid seemingly suffocate to death as it escaped from the water down there. But I'm going to go collect the remaining glow ink, or whatever the ink is called, it leaves behind. It's just a very special kind of ink. Not letting it shoot me anymore. Time's up for all these damn skeletons being able to kill me and drive me into the ground. Yeah, I'm gonna go get that ink. But the video that I watched the other day, it was pertaining to a video that had been uploaded to Minecraft. I think in the alpha version of the game. It was some of the earliest versions of Minecraft, and the original video was called Strange House in My World That I Did Not Build, or it was something to that effect. It was very similar to that. And then this most recent, or more recent video, at least, had been an investigation, a sort of analysis as to what was the root cause of the issue. And so, what the original video, basically, in short, what it documented was this person playing an earlier version of Minecraft. Oh boy, creeper exploded. And they found... Oh man, my armor is almost depleted as well. Okay, I think that's my cue to get out of here and stop fighting the mobs. Oh boy, we have another glow squid. Cool, very cool. Don't really know what they do, but intrigued by their presence and that ink despawned. That's okay. Not the biggest issue in the world. I wasn't really super keen on it anyway. Would have been something cool, a little trinket to take home with me. But yeah, so the original... Oh, there's another piece. Keep getting distracted, sorry, I'll try not to. The brain is bouncing around with so many new visual stimuli to entertain me. But yeah, in the original video as a guy, it was kind of a creepy, weird, early Minecraft video. So classically early Minecraft. As soon as I watch something like that, I'm immediately remarked by how, oh boy, I do not want to die here either. I have my sound pretty low. Yeah, I remarked like, wow, this is such a typically early Minecraft video, and it's a guy going through his world, goes through this strange build that he seemed to find. Oh boy, looking behind me, I am getting chased out of town by about 5 creepers, skeletons shooting at me, and a spider, and my iron chest plate is desperately low on health. So yeah, what this original video included was this guy finds this strange build in his world, and he explores it for a bit. Seemingly, it looks like a chunk error or something had gone wrong, and he claims allegedly that he has no idea what this is, no idea how it came to be featured in a single player world. It was completely offline, it had no seeming connection to anybody, no one else had played on it. It was a very early version of the game, so it was conceivable and plausible at least that this world had not touched like the internet or anything or a server. And so he's confused as to what this build how it could possibly have come into existence. And really what he does is he's just like documenting the build by walking around and looking at various elements of it. And then he kind of concludes and he leaves off in a state of bewilderment, and there's no resolution offered for how the build was able to miraculously manifest or almost spawn into his world. So it's confusing, and the mystery remained unsolved. He just kind of left off. He posted about it in a forum, I think. And where is home? Home is in this direction, as I thought. Posted about it on Planet Minecraft, or maybe it was like a Minecraft forum. I think it was the Minecraft forum. And it sparked a bit of conversation, and he linked to that in the YouTube description. But really, it remained without much attention beyond that initial upload that he made, and it got a bit of attention back in the day from people who were interested in this mystery, and much of those who viewed it, that video, seemed to also conclude that he wasn't lying, and he was in fact being truthful about the fact that he found this bizarre build and has no idea how it came into the world. And watching it myself, I also think it's very plausible this person has no idea what it is. But this comes to my point. I wouldn't have ever known about this video. I don't remember it back in the day. And I would have forgotten about it had it not been for the fact that another person came along, I think it was like 13 years after, 14 years after, a very long time after the fact, and re-uploaded an investigation, an assessment, a deep analysis of what potential solutions to the mystery could be. And I don't want to spoil it, but more or less, the guy who made the video was able to, in fact, resolve the mystery. And I won't give you all of the answers. I'm just probably going to leave it there so you can go and watch the video for yourself. It was really fascinating, and it seemed like a genuine subject or topic for a video like that warrants a sort of, it was about an hour and a half, and you think like, boy, I could never sit through an hour and a half of a Minecraft video. But the actual subject matter and the quality of what was being investigated was outstanding. I really would recommend it to someone. And the guy whose channel that is hasn't really uploaded many things since then. Well, he has a few other things that are interesting, but not nearly to the same level of depth and quality as this video that I watched. Probably not going to link it, but you'll be able to find it easily by just searching for like strange house in my Minecraft world I didn't build, and then the investigation video has, I think, about 1.5 million views. So it's not like an insignificant video on the periphery or the fringes of YouTube. Will remember this for some time to come, because it was just such an interesting video. And I've seen a lot of subject videos such as that one that have cropped up in more recent years, where you see people who are launching these investigations into like the creepy or weird or mysterious side of Minecraft and trying to solve mysteries. That is interesting. I do find those videos pretty engaging. A lot of them I think are a bit of fluff, and there's no actual like mystery with the game, and people are kind of making mountains out of molehills, in that there's quite an easy and straightforward solution or explanation for what the mystery appears to be, but they're kind of going to the point of making this whole video about it and documenting everything. I think it's more so for views really than anything else, whether that's just me being cynical about the situation. But anyway, it is, you know, each to their own. If people want to make videos like those, certainly am not against it. I find it, yeah, I can find them really interesting. And this one was very tasteful as far as that genre of video goes. There has been a bit of a proliferation of people trying to make like drama channels and stuff that relates to like unexplained mysteries that continue to haunt people, etc., etc. Anywhom, I'm going to get enchanting. I think this is the perfect opportunity to do so. I'm going to check, or I need to craft a sword. That's what I need to do. But I'm going to check at the first like presentment as to what the enchantment appears to be before. Yeah, see, I'm not going to be gambling on a knockback 2. Might not gamble on that either. Protection 3, that's disappointing. Those aren't the best enchantments as far as I'm concerned. Efficiency 3. Generally when stuff is at like the 3 level, not 4, it means that across the board all of the enchants are equally going to be only at the 3 level. So I think I'm just going to have to like drain the first enchant and hope that it's not terrible. I think I might do it on the leggings because I do like unbreaking. And, you know, that's pretty good for the nether. That's pretty good for the nether. I should have conceived that I'll need something to protect me from the fire. And, oh man, I think I am just going to go. Yeah, it's level 30, right? Everything is level 3, which is frustrating because I want it level 4. I go for it. And boy, that's disappointing. Not to worry, I guess, but why is it all only 3? Anyway, we'll make do the best that I can. And I'm going to need these 2. I'm going to probably just wear iron for the other parts of my armor kit. But I think I look pretty formidable if you ask me. I'm armoring up. Where's my shield? Maybe I should fix a banner to my shield so I have some sort of like representation that I'm taking there. Some way to represent the forces of human beings. And oh boy, we have more visitors. You know what, this is just an opportunity for me to test out my armor. And my sword as well. Yeah, how do you like that? There are a couple of you. And shooting at once. Oh boy. I have to reload their crossbows. Sucks for them. There's another one down. And 2 raids. in this one video alone, and they seem to be independent of each other. Still frustrated by how bad that looks. Yeah, there we go. Protection 4, I think. It'll make it much more difficult to kill me now that I'm not wearing an iron chestplate on its absolute last legs. And maybe I'll make another armor stand as well, because I have a bit of a surplus of armor that is hanging around. I think an armor stand is made something like this. That is correct. Where shall I put it? I'm going to put it up in here, as this is a suitable room to do so. Here we go. Looking quite beautiful, and I'm going to wear this iron chest plate until it breaks, at least in the interim. And now I have more stuff. You know what? Maybe I could do something like this. Wonder if this will work. Yeah, I can. Cool. Even though, yeah, I'm not exactly representing the forces of the village, I'm representing the illagers. But that's okay, I think. Perhaps they might mistake me as a friend and not a foe, which is what I truly am. And yeah, I'm going to get to organizing this. Probably seen me like haphazardly throw around stuff in my inventory, because sometimes I struggle to concentrate as I'm commentating over the top. I also want to put that into here so I can get that cooked up. This away, go upstairs, deposit this for the last time. And so next time you see me, dear viewer, we will be on the cusp of greatness. I will be stepping out beyond the comforts of the overworld and crossing the river of no return. This will be the moment where I cross the Rubicon River, as Julius Caesar had once done when he marched north on the people, the Picts, and the Britons, when they went to Europe. The Romans did. Julius Caesar was a great Roman emperor. And this is my Julius Caesar moment, where I will be stepping into the nether, the point of no return. But I hate to leave you on a cliffhanger. That will have to be an action item for next video. If you've sat through to the end, thank you very much, dear viewer, for being so loyal to me. Your appreciation, I can assure you, is not lost. Well, at least I haven't lost your appreciation. I have deep appreciation for viewers such as yourself. I will see you all in the next one, comrades. Thank you for watching. We have much exploration to do. Have a good evening and good night.